Hello, my name is Skylar Vollmer. This is for Sonoran Desert Institute FTT 122, Introduction to Ballistics. This is week 4 assignment. The topic of discussion is stopping power. As somebody who is not associated with law enforcement or military, it's a term that I've heard a lot in different things, whether it's in movies or different things. And from the little research I did on Google about formulas and equations, it doesn't appear that there is a universally accepted standard, and that's because the amount of variables for it is insane. I mean, not only do you have energy, mass, and velocity of the bullet or the projectile, but I mean distance from the target, conditions of the day. I mean, there's so many variables that could hinder that. That can throw off a measurement, I guess would be the right term. Kind of like in distance shooting, you can calculate a lot of things out, but there's some things I don't think that you can really take into account for as much as you try to take into account. I think there's stuff that you just can't. I guess that's okay. According to research you conducted, do you agree with the formulas that may exist? Well, since there aren't any universally accepted ones, I mean, I agree that it's more of a hunch almost. Well, I wouldn't say a hunch, but it's common sense assessment, I think, to determine if you know your ballistics, your firearms, your bullets, stuff like that. You can make a general assessment. 45 caliber pistol round has a lot of kinetic energy that it can transfer into the target. Me personally, that's what I think of when I think of stopping power, is the amount of energy transferred from a round to the target. To me, that's stopping power. So 45 has got lower velocity but more mass and higher kinetic energy, so it's going to thud a lot more. It's going to thump. Whereas you get a 9mm, which is a higher velocity, lower mass. When talking to officers, they say it can go right through people, and it doesn't stop them because there's no punch to it. Like a 45 would have more of a punch. Has modern ballistic science altered the way these terms or concepts can be measured? If so, how? No, I don't think so yet, because I think with modern ballistics we're finding more factors to try and factor into something like stopping power, and there's already so many that we can't come up with a universal way to measure it. And I think the more ballistics technology advances, the more questions it's going to bring up, or more variables it could bring up.